It's the Zealous and Chillest Sports Show in upstate New York featuring Miss Brittany B.
Hey up, what's up?
Also featuring Kater.
King Kater, what's up, y'all?
And I'm your host, Gills, and it's going to be a great show tonight. We've got some great content. I'm so excited to get into it.
Okay.
But first, it's been a little minute since we've done the podcast. So, Brittany, what's been going on with you, sports-wise?
Same old, just watching and learning and analyzing, and I'm getting ready to go back to school.
That's what's up.
For journalism and broadcasting. So yeah, that's it.
So it's going to be a great year, great new season. We're going to be looking a lot for your insight. What about you, Kater? What's been good, man?
Man, I've been doing good. I've been more in tune with the sports now because I'm spending my money on it. You know what I mean? So I've been more in tune, watching every game. I'm heavy on the stats. So I've just been watching the stats and watching my Eagles, you know what I mean? Watching my Rockets.
Your Rockets. Last year was a Thunder. Last time we was here, it was a Thunder.
It's always changing.
It's a new year. It's 2020, man.
It's always changing, but I need everybody right now listening on Spotify, listening on Apple Podcasts. I need you to go to www.youtube.com. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Zeal Talk Podcast. You're gonna get the latest video, the latest insight. You hear the beautiful voice of Miss Brittany B. You're gonna want to see her face. You hear King Kater sounding like King Kong. You're gonna want to see his face, listen to his music, and of course, your host Gills. You're gonna want to tune in. We can see all of the latest Zeal Talk merch, and let's get to it. So over the weekend, as you already know, the Wildcard weekend was crazy.
Yeah, some good games.
You talking about the Patriots. You talking about the Bills. We talking about Houston. We talking about Philly. But we're going to talk about the home team right now. Okay. So with that being said, Bills, third playoff appearance in 20 years.
Okay.
Josh Allen catching touchdowns, looking like a star out there.
But
ultimately, they took the L. Brittany, I'm going to start with you. Who was to blame for the Buffalo Bills loss?
I'm going to go with a little bit of inexperience. And I'm also going with some missed calls by the refs. There was a couple missed calls by the refs. There was a block in the back penalty I didn't think should have been called on them. They missed a helmet to helmet, I believe. Pass. I would have given 15 yards for a first down. But I think it ultimately came to inexperience. The Texans just being the better team. They have the older, more experienced quarterback, even though I think this was his first playoff win.
Yeah.
And in the second half, Houston just wanted it more, man. Deshaun, he didn't want to go home.
At home vibe.
Yeah.
Mr. Comeback Kid.
Kater, I'm going to go with you, man. What's your thoughts on the game?
So you asked who was to blame? It has nothing to do with the Bills. It has absolutely nothing to do with the Bills. The blame is number 4 for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
That's who to blame. He came in, played like the Pro Bowler he is, MVP type season he been having this year. He showed up in the biggest moment, biggest stage of the game, and that's what you need your best players to do. So that's why I feel like Deshaun Watson was the blame for the Bills.
J.J. Watt had that big sack, kind of changed the momentum of the game.
I just feel like Deshaun Watson, he just outplayed Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I mean, that first half coming out, trickery play, Josh Allen had that ball rolling, but it's time he kept why Josh Allen fumbled the ball and turning over and not executing sack after sack. Deshaun Watson just kept calm. You know what I mean?
Even after I think Deshaun got sacked 7 times.
He got sacked 7 times. He outplayed Josh Allen. He was 20 for 25, 247 yards passing. That's great. Yeah. 20 completions.
20 completions.
One rushing touchdown, 1 passing touchdown. And with that rushing touchdown, he carried from the 10 into the end zone. Beautiful. The whole Bills team, you know what I mean?
It was nice.
It was great.
Despite Josh Allen, 24 for 46. That's not really good. The first half, I mean, the Texans had 5 straight punts. 5 straight possessions in the first half.
16 zip.
Yeah.
16 zip in the first half and a fumble, 7 sacks. But that second half, he just came in and he did his thing when it counted in overtime.
And I don't think the Bills used Cole Beasley enough. They didn't use Cole Beasley enough. They, being a Cowboys fan, I know how deadly Cole Beasley is, and I know Cole Beasley like it in the big moments. And giving him the ball, you see, he got that first down. Even though I think he was a little short of the first down, he got that first down during the game. Cole Beasley, they didn't go to him enough, and they need a number one receiver. They need to work. That's what they need to think about this offseason is a number one receiver. But you got to
think about it. Houston, they wasn't using. You got to get your main players involved. Houston wasn't getting Hopkins the ball in the first half. He had no catches in the first half. 0 catches
and
in the
16
first half.
Zip. Shout
out to Tre'Davious White on that. You're right though.
And Houston as a total had 81 yards in the first half.
Just despicable.
81 yards in the first half. Second half, they just came out. Deshaun Watson just led his team to victory.
Kept coming.
Yeah.
That's a lot of great insight from our two personnel. I don't want to cut you off.
I feel like Josh Allen, he did too much. I mean, I understand you inexperienced, but you still their quarterback. You still the captain of the team. You run the ball for 15 yards. Just slide. You don't gotta throw it back in the playoffs. It's the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then he had two memorable plays that I thought of when they had it was 19-6. The Bills had 19 and the Texans had 16. Excuse me, not 6, 16. And Josh Allen, they had the ball. They could have kicked the field goal or potentially scored.
Yeah.
But what he do? 14-yard penalty.
Oh, yeah.
Intentional grounding.
Oh, yeah.
And then he took that sack the very next play for minus 19 yards. That took him out of field goal range. They had to punt, and Deshaun Watson did his thing and came down and kicked the field goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I got to agree with you. I mean, the only rebuttal that I would say personally is as bad as Josh Allen's played, if we can just be honest here, being a second-year player, first playoff appearance, we've seen it time and time again, whether it's Lamar Jackson having an atrocious game, whether it's Deshaun Watson losing to
the Colts 21-7.
So what we're looking at from Josh Allen, if you ask me, my personal opinion, he to me to have his first playoff game, it was to me the best playoff game I've seen amongst this group of quarterbacks. As big as the mistakes were, and they were monumental. To me, he showed out the best he could with no weapons. Your leading running back is Frank Gore, Devin Singletary. Not to mention, like you said, Brittany, Cole Beasley in the slot is their best weapon.
Yeah.
But that's not good at all. So I definitely understand where you're coming from.
He had them all season. It's not like his injury. He had them weapons all season.
They had a great half.
The defense led them. I mean,
first half 16-0.
But if you ask me my opinion, if you take Josh Allen, he the one who got you there. He had them all season. Josh Allen got them there to 10 games, 6 losses. Wildcard weekend, clinched the playoffs within the last month of the season. That was all Josh Allen. So we cannot scrutinize him. We cannot exile him and say that, he had a bad game. But from what we've seen, it was enough to win. But I like your argument.
When you got a team up in the playoffs 16-0, he ran for a touchdown and caught a touchdown?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Come on, man. That's the first half. You playing lights out. You playing lights out first half. It's not about how you start the game. It's about how you finish.
That's the truth.
And he couldn't finish. I don't care about that. I don't care about that inexperience. He's still their quarterback. He's still their leader. He had to finish and he couldn't complete that, period.
Well, I'm going to ask all of our people watching on Instagram Live, put it in the comments. Let us know who you think was the reason for the Bills' loss. Whether it's a player, whether it's a coach, whether it's a coordinator. You let us know what you think. And I'm going to let you know right now who fouled out.
Okay.
Because from what I've seen, with this last decade of dominance, I've seen new players. I've seen Lamar Jackson. I've seen Patrick Mahomes. I've seen Deshaun Watson, Christian McCaffrey, you name it. I mean, players coming out of the woodworks. But with every great era that says hello, one has to say goodbye. What are we saying goodbye to? We're saying goodbye to the last 9 AFC conference
10.
championships and Super Bowls combined in the last 10 seasons.
10.
the last 5 Super Bowls, 3 wins, 2 losses. I mean, we're talking Tom Brady. We're talking Bill Belichick. We're saying adios.
Started last year with Gronk when he retired.
Soon as he retired, we're saying bye-bye. Adios.
You're done.
To the Patriots dynasty.
Okay.
Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, and the beautiful Gazelle. You found out. But with that being said, there's been so much things going on with these coaching vacancies, and I know you guys got a lot of opinion on this. So I'm going to ask you. We've got the Carolina Panthers, Christian McCaffrey, great player. The Giants with Saquon Barkley, number 4 pick. They can get Jerry Jeudy. They get so many pieces. And let's not talk about the Browns and what they have. We've got some great coaching vacancies right now. But I want to know who has the best coaching vacancy. Brittany B, I'm going to start with you.
Okay, so we started this argument, us talking about this yesterday. And my pick yesterday was the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
And the Dallas Cowboys.
My bad.
Okay. Number 1 offense, top 10 defense, but they went 8-8. They missed the playoffs. No business missing the playoffs. Shouldn't have missed, lost some games they shouldn't have lost.
Who they lost to again?
They lost to the Jets. That's the game they had no business losing. That's the game that determined our season.
That was in the week 4, right? Early in the season.
That was a terrible loss.
Who did they lost to when it mattered to go to the playoffs again?
That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about coaching vacancies, okay?
I'll just try to refresh my memory.
Kate, I'm going to need you to relax over there.
My bad,
and we're going to get on this coaching vacancy.
So, Ezekiel Elliott, top 3 running back.
It's a beast.
Dak Prescott, he had an impressive beginning of the season. Injuries, I think, really hit him towards the end of the season.
Number 1 offense.
They got the number 1 offense. They got Amari Cooper, even though he dropped that ball. Man, he dropped that ball like nobody else. They got Amari Cooper. They got Randall Cobb if they bring him back. They got Michael Gallup. They got a good defense. Their defense towards the end of the season, once Vander Esch got hurt, it kind of fell apart a little bit. But they got the talent, and I wanted Sean Payton, but this morning they announced that we are going to get Mike McCarthy. Decent coach. 8 straight playoff appearances, a Super Bowl. He beat the hell out of the Cowboys how many times, even though Dez caught it. He can finally admit in the Cowboys locker room that Dez caught it.
That is true. I remember that game. That was a good one.
So, I mean, I'm not in love with the hire. But I'm not going to say I dislike the hire.
He's a winning coach, though.
He's a winning coach, and I'm ready to see what he got. I'm ready to see, he liked to throw the ball. We got Ezekiel Elliott. So I'm ready to see how he uses Zeke.
He don't got A-Rod, though.
We don't got A-Rod. A-Rod might have to, come on over, A-Rod. But they wasn't getting along towards the end, right? Him and Mike. So, yeah, I mean... But since that one is filled right now, opening, I'm going to have to go with the Giants and Saquon Barkley. He's a beast, man. Who don't want to coach Saquon Barkley? I would love to coach Saquon Barkley. If I'm Sean Payton and they trying to throw me some money, I'm looking at Saquon Barkley. Wow. So, I mean, they can't get it done in New Orleans. Maybe it's time for him to get a fresh start somewhere. I don't know if you want to go somewhere cold, but I'm going to go with the Giants.
I like that. I mean, like you said, the Cowboys, great pick. Just got picked up.
Yeah.
Giants, not a bad fallback. Kata, who you got?
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns.
Wow.
Brownies.
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns, man. It's a lot of young talent over there with no structure.
Okay.
And that structure need to be filled. They got Baker Mayfield over there, Odell, Landry, Chubbs, second in rushing this year.
I like Chubbs.
You know what I mean? They on the defensive side, Myles Garrett.
They got
Denzel Ward, Greedy Williams.
Tyreek. Which one I got? Tyreek Hill. Which one I got suspended?
Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt. Yeah.
And one thing about all these guys is that they all stars and they all under 28 years old.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Under 28 years old. So this is a great young core. Just need somebody with structure, you know what I mean? Someone who wants to accept the challenge.
Okay.
Because it's a lot of drama in that locker room. You got divas on the field. Odell is number 1 diva. You just need someone that who wants to control the team. I think Kitchens didn't respect Kitchens.
Yeah.
I mean, they was running all over him. You see what Myles Garrett did against the Steelers, which was unacceptable. I feel like someone.
For those who don't know, we're talking about the headbutt massacre that came when Myles Garrett took his helmet.
That would have never, if you got to think about it, that would have never happened under a Mike McCarthy. That would have never happened under a Bill Belichick, Tom Coughlin, and all them. That would have never happened under them, under their watch. I just feel like they need someone with winning experience. It's a lot of holes to fill, but it's easy fixes. For example, there was 22nd in the league in offense. Mm-hmm. And that's an easy fix. You just got to get the ball to Odell. You got to get the ball to Odell. Odell Beckham is a star in his league. And he have all his career lows this year coming in. I mean, it's a new system and everything, but you got to get that man the ball. He was less targeted out of all the wide receivers, I feel like, this year. They couldn't score in the red zone at all. That was their number one problem. Couldn't score in the red zone. So with that being said, I just feel like someone like Josh McDaniels could come over there and fill that void. I mean,
Josh McDaniels is a good one.
The offensive coordinator for the Patriots, quarterback coach for Tom Brady.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean. 6 Super Bowls over there under Bill Belichick.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
He didn't do so good as the Broncos head coach. No. 11-17, but the only difference is with this Browns team and that Broncos team, you don't have all that young talent that the Browns have. You know what I mean? And I feel like he's in his 40s. He's someone that the players can relate to. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And something like Sean McVay with the Rams, I feel like. You know what I mean? And with Belichick's strategies and Josh McDaniels, they were able to over there in New England. They were able to create something out of nothing. Yeah, you know what I mean. Tom Brady didn't have all these weapons. Imagine if Tom Brady had Odell.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean.
The funny thing about you saying that is, imagine if Tom Brady had Odell. With Tom Brady being a free agent right now, when you got the likes of Josh McDaniels taking over a team in Cleveland that's ready to go. Talent 26 and under, like you stated.
And not only that, Josh McDaniels has a little connection with Baker Mayfield. Back in the 2018 draft, he flew him out for a private workout. It was talks about him being the Patriots even trading up to get Baker, but obviously he went number 1, so that wouldn't have happened. But yeah, I feel like. And then not only that, Josh McDaniels, they don't have a GM. He could bring his own GM in as well.
Or take on the role.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I feel like, the Browns, they should be all right with a good coach. That's all they needed. They were 6-10 this year. They just need a good coach, man.
Maybe go 10-6 next year.
Maybe it's been done before, especially with Bill Belichick. He started his Patriots tenure 5-11. The next year he went to the Super Bowl. You get the right guy in charge, it can be done. It can be done.
That's a fact.
But like I said, man, for all those listeners right now, I need you to go to YouTube, subscribe to the Zeal Talk podcast, and you're going to get some great content. But in the meantime, while you're doing that, I'm going to need you to sip on some tea because it's one of our favorite segments of the night. Ladies, listen up because it's Sipping Tea with Brittany B.
Okay, so my sipping tea this week is not really towards the ladies. My sipping tea is towards Mr. Kevin Love. I don't know if you guys have heard, but Kevin Love wants out of Cleveland, and he wants out of Cleveland bad. And
I want out of Cleveland, and I want out of Cleveland now.
Who can blame him? Saturday morning at shoot around, he had an outburst towards their GM Kobe Altman, saying that there's no feel here, there's no structure. He doesn't see where the franchise is moving forward. Later that night, they played the Thunder. He had his worst shooting night of the season. He went 4 for 12. It's looking like they don't trust him as a number 1 option. He was calling for the ball. They were ignoring him.
Wow.
Deep into the shot clock.
He got a ring too?
He has a ring. And he's their highest, I'm going to guess he's the highest player I would think so. On their roster.
And the most veteran. I mean, they got nothing but rookies.
Yeah, I mean, he did send out a tweet saying there was a lot of false information. He said, a lot of non-truths is being shared, but I've learned that we live in a world where people remember accusations and not rebuttals. Let them paint whatever picture they want. Fact says, I love my teammates. So Kevin Love, he may love his teammates.
Sound like he got caught.
But Kevin Love is ready to get out of Cleveland. He ready to go somewhere and compete for a ring. He's only gonna be in the league for so much longer. I think he want to go home to Portland. I think that'd be a good look for him. I know me and Kato was talking earlier. He said Cleveland. I mean, he said the Rockets might be a good look for him.
With open arms.
I think he's gonna give up.
I think it's time for Cleveland to, get past that 2016 championship team, and they all need to be gone. Tristan Thompson,
LeBron
gone,
James,
Kyrie gone, JR gone, Shump gone. It's time to get rid of Kevin Love. It's time to get rid of Cedi Osman. Well, I mean, I like Cedi Osman. He's okay for them, but they need to be young and they need to rebuild. And Kevin Love is shouldn't be part of their rebuild.
Nah.
Well, my theory is this on that, because I like that question that you brought up. Where should Kevin Love go? Kato, that's a great analysis.
Come on to Houston.
In Houston.
We got James Harden. He got Braves with the beard.
Come on to Portland. He got Melo.
He's got a connection with Russ already playing at UCLA.
Russell Westbrook, UCLA.
Might even help his shooting percentage. Yeah. You know what I mean? Got two dominant shooters with Harden and James. Let Russell take the ball up because he can't shoot.
Imagine him in D'Antoni's system.
It'd be nice.
That's all he want to do.
It'd be nice.
Who'd you say, Brittany?
I said Portland. That's where he want to go. So he said that's his preferred destination. That's where he's from. Yeah, that's where he's from. I like to see it. They need some help. They send 10th in they keep bouncing back from 8th to 10th, and they
definitely
injured.
Need some help.
They injured. Nurk not coming back till after All-Star. Zach Collins, he out, I think, till after All-Star. Carmelo Anthony only going to give you so much help.
Right. Even he's been playing great.
Yeah, he's only going to give you so much help.
If you ask me personally, and this might be a long shot, however, Kevin Love to Golden State, to me, would be beautiful.
Yeah, they for the rest of the year.
Back to Ohio. He went to the Ohio State.
Yeah.
He got a lot of great guard play with Darius Gillard and Lonnie Walker. But Lonnie's in San Antonio.
Yeah, he's in San Antonio.
What's the other kid?
D'Angelo.
No,
in Cleveland.
Cleveland. I know exactly.
Colin Sexton. They look alike. No funny stuff. Mm-hmm. But I think that'd be a great pairing over there. Splash Brothers come back with a strong guy like Kevin Love in the paint. I think that'd be great. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be great. That's some good tea. Brittany. I know you got a little bit of something else for us. I'm getting a little thirsty over here. But
no, not really. Basketball players, they like to keep their business on the low.
They like to keep their business on the low.
They like to keep it on the low.
They don't like to let nobody know
it's hard to find.
Except Tristan Thompson.
I don't know. I have nothing been really happening with him and Chloe.
Him and Jordan?
Him and Jordan.
I'm just saying.
And she been living her best life.
Yeah, she has. Follow her on Instagram. But honestly, the show's coming to a close, and we like to close our show off with a bold statement. So right now, we're going to go to our boldest segment of the night. Kata's bold statement.
Wow, man. It's been a good NFL year. These playoffs, you don't know who gonna win the Super Bowl. You don't know who going to the Super Bowl. But I'm gonna say it here first. The Ravens will win the Super Bowl.
The Ravens?
The Ravens will win the Super Bowl, and I stand on that.
So what's bringing you to that conclusion?
Let me tell you. I'm gonna give you two reasons why. The number one reason why they have that MVP kid Lamar Jackson. He cannot be stopped. He's unstoppable in that offense. Whenever the odds was against Jackson, he's been able to overcome those every trip.
Every time. They
said he wasn't a true quarterback. You know what he does?
What he did?
He comes in and passes for 3,100 yards, 36 touchdowns with an awesome 113 QB rating,
MVP.
Which is a franchise record.
MVP.
Franchise record. We talking better than Flacco.
You feel me?
Uh-huh.
They said he's a running back. So you know what he does? He comes in and rushes for over 1,200 yards, breaking Michael Vick's single season record.
That he did.
7 touchdowns. That's 43 touchdowns on the season, which is another franchise record.
Oh my God.
5 touchdowns on Monday night game, his first Monday night game, which is a game record on Monday night. And the most outstanding stat, this blows my mind, man.
What's this?
He has 43 touchdowns on the season, right? Total. Right. That's more touchdowns than punts they did for the season.
That's crazy. They
had 40 punts and he had 43 touchdowns.
Wow. That's a crazy stat. Wow.
That's a crazy
that
stat.
shows
stat.
you how dominant that offense is.
Yeah.
They score.
It's good.
They get it done.
It reminds me a lot of Colin Kaepernick, same coach though.
Come on, man. Lamar gonna win the Super Bowl. And he said it.
Yeah,
he was picked the last pick last year.
Yeah.
Picked last in the draft. And when they interviewed him, what he said, I'm here to win the Super Bowl.
Whew. And who'd have known in 2 short years?
And this is my second reason why the Ravens won the Super Bowl. This team is on a 12-game winning streak. A 12-game winning streak. 12 games. Let that sink in your head. That's a... It ain't like they play no scrubs.
Yeah.
It ain't like and they have no sign of letting up. It ain't like they play no scrubs. They end up beating the top defenses in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Seahawks, 30-16.
Beat them.
New England, number 1 defense in the league, 37-20.
Beat them.
Houston, 41-7.
Mm-hmm.
Beat them.
San Fran, number 2 defense in the league, 20-17.
Beat them too.
And Buffalo, the 3rd defense of the league,
home team,
24-17. You could even throw the Rams in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could throw the Rams in there with Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
You could
Aaron
throw
Donald.
You know what I mean? 45-6.
I believe that game was in LA.
On the road. So they offense is ranked what? They offense is ranked what? Number I would say what? What I had on here. They offense is ranked. They offense is ranked number 2 behind the Cowboys.
Number 2 behind the Cowboys.
407 yards per game, only giving up 15 turnovers.
That's good.
Their defense is ranked number 4, 17 points per game, only allowing 17 points per game. You got to think about it. That's only 2 touchdowns and a field goal a game. So if you can't keep up with Lamar Jackson putting up them points,
they can't.
You're going to get left behind. So that's why the Ravens is going to win the Super Bowl this year. Mark my words.
That's a bold statement.
That's a great statement. I like it.
That's a bold statement.
I like it.
Facts.
Brittany, any rebuttal?
I don't have a rebuttal because I just don't know who's going to win a Super Bowl this year.
Too early to tell?
Too early to tell.
Go
Not
Ravens.
only is not too early to tell, it's just, it's been an unpredictable wild card. Then we got next week, and I don't know. I want the Chiefs to win. That's just because I love Pat Mahomes. But if the Ravens win, I really don't care who wins the Super Bowl. I'm just ready to watch the football.
Ain't nobody touching Lamar now. They got the most complete team.
It's going to be good.
They got the most complete team in the NFL, and they beat all the top teams.
San Fran can give them a good...
They beat them.
They beat them in the regular season. They did.
They beat them.
The regular season, not the playoffs.
Let's not sleep on Minnesota. They're showing me a lot right now.
Yeah, Minnesota look pretty good, but I don't see it. I see Minnesota probably losing next week.
They showing me a lot right now.
They got to show up against Green Bay, man.
Is that who they play?
Oh, they Seahawks play Green Bay. Minnesota plays San Fran, and that's a winnable game.
I want to see. I don't know. Green Bay look good too. I want to see Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is always scary.
Yeah,
Aaron Rodgers is always
in
scary.
the playoffs, but I said the same thing about Tom Brady. And he had 15 seconds left. I said, yo, this is another Tom Brady moment. 15 seconds.
Pick six.
Drew Brees, this is the moment to do it.
He fumbled.
He
fumbled.
Aaron Rodgers.
He ain't that old. See, when you get the old quarterbacks, they make those turnovers.
Yeah, but
he ain't that old. Aaron Rodgers in his prime.
I'm not talking about the oldness. I'm talking about the exclusiveness that these quarterbacks have done in the past to get their teams, when they're down, they could count on their quarterbacks, and they haven't been able to perform.
But like I said, tune in next week, y'all. Follow us on Instagram, Zeal Life Lifestyle. Subscribe to the YouTube Zeal Talk podcast, and tune in right here next week. We can't wait. Zeal Talk out.